We're going to keep this video raw. We're going to keep it authentic. There will be no cuts. So as per usual, if I stutter or kind of pause for a bit, that's why. But today I wanted to talk about a couple things, and we're going to start off with why no one will love you until you love yourself. Where does that even come to a thought in somebody's head? For example, maybe you guys can relate to me. Before, I'd always try to be that funny guy. I'd always try to do things so people would like me. But at the end of the day, when I'd come to my room and lay down or just sit in my chair, I'd still feel so alone. I don't know why. Like the people that would laugh at me, not laugh at me, but like laugh with me or be like homies with me, I still feel like they didn't really care for me. And when it came to my past self, before I was in a relationship, I feel like nobody was ever really attracted to me. And that was a big confidence killer. That was a big buzzkill for me because I'm like, man, I want to be able to make all these new friends, but I want them to actually like me, or I want these people to think I look cool, to think I look attractive. And in the position I was in at the moment was not good. Like I said, I was suffering from low confidence, low self-esteem. I was very insecure. I didn't really pay attention to the way I looked or dressed. I kind of just threw whatever was on at home. And I didn't feel good about it. And I was expecting all these things to work out. I was expecting people to approach me, people to like me, people to think I was attractive, you name it. But the big issue was I wasn't taking care of myself first, which is why nobody else would either. And I would always point fingers at like, what am I doing wrong? Why does this always happen to me? I'd always self-victimize. And I'd talk to people and be like, why? Like, nobody ever fucks with me. I talked to somebody for a couple days and this happens. It's because I was a very complaining, whining person. I hated myself at the time. Like I said, I hated the way I looked. I hated my life pretty much at the moment. So looking back at it, I'm like, okay, why would anybody else like me? Why would anybody else like you if you don't even like yourself first? That doesn't make sense. So in order for people to like you, you have to have confidence, you have to love yourself, and you have to take care of yourself. And that is something I wasn't doing in the past, which is why I was getting the results that I unfortunately didn't want or I didn't get. So once I changed my confidence, once I changed my perspective with things, once I finally started dressing a lot nicer, and I'm not saying you have to go to Gucci or go to like some fancy store at the mall or whatever. What I'm talking about is just making sure your shirt's ironed, making sure the colors you're wearing are matched. Make sure you have your nice haircut every once in a while. Make sure you have a clean shave if that's what you're into. Kind of just clean yourself up and keep that consistently. And taking care of yourself, eating healthy. At the moment I was overweight. Obviously there's, I guess we'll call it a market for people that like big people. At the moment that's not what I liked. So obviously I was only attracting what I was. And I didn't like that, personally. But no hate, it's just a preference, and that's okay. Preference. So I was wanting all these things that I didn't even have myself. So in order for me to get what I want, I have to attract it. And how do I attract it? With myself. So I started taking care of myself. I watched what I consumed, watched how much I consumed. Instead of getting 4 Caniac combos a week, which is what I did, and 2 Jack in the Box Munchie meals along with those cans, I stopped. Okay, I built discipline, started waking up early, I started having a nice face routine. The way I eat is a lot healthier. I just have chicken and rice. Occasionally I'll have a nice meal here and there when it comes to it, when the time comes, I guess. And what I mean by that is like, instead of chicken and rice, I'll have like a nice little chicken Caesar salad or a pasta or a chicken wrap or maybe like a grilled chicken sandwich. But anyways, getting off topic here. You have to learn to love yourself and take care of yourself because people notice that. If people see somebody that doesn't take care of themselves, that doesn't carry themselves with confidence, that doesn't care about their own emotions and is always negative and down, why would that person want to approach you? I think a lot of people nowadays want to surround themselves with people that bring them up, with people that make them feel good. And if you can't even make yourself feel good, nobody's going to want to be around. Excuse me, I like this cough. Nobody's going to want to be around you if you can't even be happy yourself, you know? So you have to take care of yourself, love yourself, and automatically the things will fall into place. And I mean that with all my heart. I am living proof of that. Before, not a lot of people would come up to me. Before, I felt like a lot of people would kind of just be there for me at the moment. And then at the end of the day, I would have just my family and close homies. But the majority of other people really didn't care. And at the moment, like I said, I wasn't in a relationship, so I found like nobody was attracted to me. And it was because of the thoughts I was having, the way I was thinking. So you need to change those thoughts. And it's tough. And a lot of people might just be like, man, like this isn't what I was looking for, but it's the truth. I myself was that person that would listen to a video like this of a guy talking, and once they said what I just said, I would immediately scroll out or scroll up or exit the video, because a lot of people want the quick fix. A lot of people want the put this cologne on and everybody will run to you with their hands in the air. No, unfortunately, that's not how life is, or else, damn, everybody would be able to do it. But the reason why a lot of people don't do it, or the reason why it's not easy for some people, is because it takes work. It takes you actually having to do something that you don't want to do, such as becoming a fit person, becoming a healthy person, buying clothes that match your style, finding a style, maintaining your like I said, your face, your body, your hair, taking care of yourself. A lot of people rather just stay in bed, wake up, and rinse and repeat, you know? You gotta really take care of yourself and love yourself, and automatically everything else will follow. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I missed, or if you guys have any other questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll respond to them. But that's pretty much it. Confidence is a big thing. Like, honestly, confidence overrules anything when it comes to wanting to make friends or find a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever you're into. Confidence is insane. If you have confidence, if you walk in the room with your chest up, you know you're badass, you look badass, and you feel badass, people are going to be like, damn. At first, when people would tell me that, I'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, okay, whatever. But for me being 3 months ago over 240 pounds, now when I walk in a room, now when I go out in a group setting, being under 190, 195, I walk in there, I'm chest up, I'm like, I feel great. Like, I'm in a position to where, like, I feel great. Everything's happening the way I wanted it to for so long. So once you build that confidence, you're going to be so relieved. That is all it takes. That discipline and confidence, that is key. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, this isn't what I was looking for, but it's the truth. So build your confidence. How do you build your confidence? By taking care of yourself, by doing the things you don't want to do. And what does that mean? Discipline. Waking up early, eating correctly, exercising, personal development, becoming the best version of yourself, quitting a lot of bad habits and vices. Those are the main things that I'm doing to become that confident person. And I can say for a fact, I can say with a promise, I will never lie to you guys, that my life has changed ever since I've built my discipline and confidence. And ever since then, I've made a lot more friends. I've received a lot more positive comments. I've received a lot more love, not just from my personal friends, but from people across the world, from people on my Instagram, on my YouTube, on anything. I've been receiving a lot of love that I was longing for all these years. And it's all because I started from discipline and confidence. So I'm going to end with that. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. I love you guys. I'm very proud of you guys. If you finish this video, thank you so much. Leave a like. It really helps out my channel. I'm going to be gone for, I think, about 2.5 days, 3 days. I'm going to go to San Diego with my girlfriend. We're going to go to the zoo. So I'm going to be a little MIA on the YouTube for about 2-3 days. But once I come back, I am going to be posting consistently again almost every day. But on my Instagram, I will be posting there on about my weekend. So if you guys want to see what I'm up to in real life, follow my Instagram. It's going to be at Kick It With Cam, the same as this channel. And you guys can see me at the zoo. Maybe I'll post a couple clips of me talking on there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I love you guys and take it easy.